It is Monday night and our weekly Q&A. This week, kind of in honor of a late Valentine's Day, I thought we would talk frugal activities, frugal dates, just getting out with the kids or the husband, whatever you want, and doing it on a budget. Because I feel like when we talk savings and budgets and everyone goes into that mode, we end up with a world that feels like you can never have anything fun. I can never get a coffee. I can never do this because I'm always trying to save money. And while not spending excessively is important and watching where our money is going is a good thing, we can't live in a cycle of never having any fun. You have to have fun. If you're always saying no to yourself, you're going to crash. This is like the fad diet, right? So we don't want to set ourselves up to crash and burn and really never get out of debt, never save any money. What we instead want to do is find some frugal ways that we can adapt our lifestyle to still have a lot of fun, but not necessarily spend a lot of money doing it. So that's where I want us to go tonight. What are those things that we enjoy doing? I would love to hear from you guys too. What are your go-to frugal activities, maybe that you do on date night, maybe that you just do as a whole family? What are some ways that your family has learned to still have a lot of fun? It stays inside the things you enjoy, but is a way to save money on them. So the first one that I wanted to hit let me back up from that. I won't go straight to my first thought. So we can definitely talk dates. We can talk eating out, all of those things. We can also go all over the board, right? If we're going to focus on dates first, the biggest part can sometimes be babysitters. So if you're wanting to get out of the house and not take the kids, I need to figure out who is watching the kids. If grandparents or other family members are not available, or maybe you've called on that a little too often for some other things, there are still some frugal ways to save on babysitting. So let's start there. The easiest is to do a swap. So find another family with maybe the similar number of kids, because it's not super fun to, step in and watch my 5 when they were all younger if you just have one. But whatever you're willing to do, doing a swap where we will watch your kids this week and you have a date night and you watch our kids next week. And really, you could get into that rotation. We could have regular date night, just swapping with one other family. Hopefully our kids have fun, right? But we could also put that in with a few other families. We could even go as far as to be the spearhead organizer at church or another location to even have a parents' night out type event that is once a month, that we're going to gather. We're going to have the youth watch the children. Maybe we pay a lower amount than we would normally pay a babysitter. These are all great ideas. I encourage so many churches to look at ways that they can help families to have that time alone. Families need, moms and dads need that time alone. So for churches to step in and figure out a way to encourage that is huge. But definitely the easiest is the swapping. Asking an older sibling is one. If you're going to use older siblings, I encourage you to make that easy on them. If you're willing to pay them, great. But at least make it easy on them. Have a plan for what they're eating. Make sure they even have a plan for what they're doing. Hey, we're going to cook a pizza and watch a movie. In our world, the older that my girls got, it was a little bit of an unexpected that you are going to watch your siblings. We didn't go out all the time. But when you are 18 and they are 8, the youngest was 8 at that point, you can handle this, right? This isn't super hard, and it's kind of a way that you give back to your family. But you can work out what works for your older children too, if they are willing to step in or not. Maybe you don't feel like you trust them in that boat. That is probably one of the cheapest routes that you can go, of course. So once the babysitting side is handled, what about the actual going out in the town? So first one for me is hands down gift card deals. I love that every time I do a Q&A, I don't think she joins in on Monday night Q&As, but every time I do a drugstore video on Tuesday afternoons, Nina comes on and always asks, are there gift card deals this week? And this is my hope. My hope is that she is like hoarding some amazing date nights, because drugstore gift card deals, grocery store, we see this one regularly at Publix. These multi-use gift cards, they're good at a lot of places. Publix will run a $10 off and a $50 gift card when you buy $25 worth of groceries. Well, if I'm already there buying groceries, I might as well grab a gift card, guys. Now, this is a $25 gift card. That is a deal for off of a $50. I don't have to use these all in one place. Many times they're good at a number of places. There's different varieties too. So if none of these restaurants made you happy, you pick a different one. Or we see this one regularly in CVS now. I hop online and I can redeem this for a ton of places, not just the ones in the pictures. There are hundreds of places that this can be redeemed into a digital gift card, and then I can use it there. Now, why does that matter? Because I am usually getting these at a 20% savings. So CVS is going to give you a $10 reward back on a $50 purchase. Publix is giving you $10 off of that $50 purchase. That's 20%. I can turn around and I've still got $50 to use in that restaurant. Now, we love Chili's. That can be a big all the time date night for us, but we can get out of Chili's for just the two of us under $25. It's an easy restaurant. Grab some water, grab a dinner. Chips are free if you're logged into your rewards account. Didn't used to be, but thank you, Chili's, for adding that in the last 5 or so years. You're set. And now I can stretch that $50 gift card into 2 date nights. Maybe a little less than 2 when we add in tip. We don't want to forget to tip. But it is a very frugal way to do that. You've basically already saved before you got to the restaurant. You can be frugal while you're at the restaurant as well to stretch that gift card even further. But that is a huge one. And we do see so many gift card deals. So that is the first place that I would start on dining out. Another one to start on dining out, though, is to look for gift card deals around holidays or events. So if we stop in to Outback or wherever the restaurant is that you've been wanting to go to, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, so many of these restaurants are going to run gift card promotions around those events where I buy a $50 gift card and I get a $25 bonus gift card or a $20. It's actually usually higher of a discount than we get directly like from the grocery deals or the drugstore deals. So you're going to come out a little bit better on those offers. Many times these will also be promoted on their Facebook pages. So I don't have to just, drive to every restaurant in town, but you will find a number of gift card promotions available without having to go anywhere. And the last place to look for gift card deals is Sam's and Costco. So Sam's and Costco, both of them offer a lot of gift card offers just directly online. These come as digital gift cards straight to your email. Some of them are mailed to you, but very, very few. And a lot of them are for eating out. So these are up to a 25% savings. You never know what you're going to find in here. Doesn't mean that they're all for eating out, but a lot will be. So we get Domino's, we get, this is a whole bunch of restaurants all thrown into one. Obviously, pick restaurants that you have in your area. Here's Cold Stone Creamery, $30. You're going to pay $20.79 in the end. You still have a $30 gift card to use. So you just saved over 30% on that, really? That's pretty sweet. Now, do I need Cold Stone Creamery every date night? No. Could I stretch this into a couple date nights? Probably could. So maybe you look at a few of these and you try to plan ahead. How could I use these gift cards for just some fun date nights? How could we use this to, have something different? Get outside of our normal routine. You'll be surprised what you can find. So lots of options there. Costco and Sam's online all the time. Many of these don't change. This is how they always promote these offers. Your drugstore deals, your grocery store deals, there's a lot of gift cards to go from. So think of that as your dinner budget. Working off of gift cards helps us in so many ways, not just on date nights. When you're working off of a gift card and this is all that I've got. This gift card's actually really old. So I need to go to Cracker Barrel. I went digging to find gift cards just to hold up for you guys tonight. We have Cracker Barrel. $25 to Cracker Barrel. I could get this to be multiple meals if it was just me. Probably not going to last my whole family at Cracker Barrel for very far, but still playing off of gift cards is a great way if you're in the restaurant to know this is my budget. I need to try to be tight on the budget. Think of it more like a game rather than a limit, rather than holding you back. It's more can we pull this off? Can we eat dinner here for 25 bucks? Make it a challenge. You may have some fun on it. So that can be the way that you look at them, rather than looking at them as a negative. It's a game. Can we do it? I like to even treat the drugstores with a gift card challenge. It makes you really think about your order of transactions and what we're buying. Do we have enough on this gift card? And can I work it to where that gift card can last many, many weeks? Hopefully I can. But putting the game behind it makes it a lot more fun. So I would encourage you to do that. And hello, everyone. Sorry, I just went diving into all of that. Deb and Wendy, and Diana, so good to have you guys join me. Karen and Elizabeth from South Carolina. So happy to have you right up the road too. So we've got our babysitting handled. We kind of have our dinner handled. Another one though, in terms of dinner, is to think outside the box. No one has to make a date always be at a restaurant. A date can be amazing in other places. Maybe you head to the park and you pack a picnic. Many times a date is amazing just because you put some effort into spending time together. The same for family time. So if we're going on a trip, it's totally okay that trip comes with a packed meal for lunch to eat at a park on the way. I don't have to always budget in eating fast food or eating at a restaurant for date night. One of my favorite dates that my husband and I ever went on was literally right in our backyard. So we put kayaks in the water and, well, kind of in the backyard. We didn't have to go very far. Kayaks in the water. My husband had made dinner and we sat there on our little kids' IKEA plastic plates. I feel like every family has these little IKEA plastic plates, eating our pasta and strawberries and whatnot that he had made in the kayak. It didn't take any money at that point. He had prepared the meal. We already owned the kayak. Perfect. We just went for some time alone. That's really all we need, right? So sometimes that's what it takes, is just a little bit of thought to spend time together, but not the money to spend time together. I also cannot count the number of date nights that we've had that have just been, we ate at Chili's on a gift card, and then we just went to Goodwill because we weren't ready to go home yet. And I was just talking to a friend this past week. She's like, yeah, half the time we go to the grocery store because it's anything to just not go home yet, right? It's just to spend time with each other. So date nights don't have to be amazing. They don't all have to be super planned out. But I do encourage you to get in the habit of just regular time alone, doing things together, even if it's just window shopping through a store, right? Heading to the Sportsman's Warehouse or anywhere that makes either of you happy, that you're enjoying that time together. So all of that said, let's move to other types of things, though. I'm not trying to make everyone just have Goodwill dates, though that does make us happy. Maybe you want to do some other things. So if you are big into sports, one of the biggest ways that I can encourage you to save there is to actually look for a much cheaper version of your sport. So rather than like, hey, we're going to go to a Major League Baseball game or an NFL game, those are insanely priced. Let's look for local games that are in the area. Could be high school. I would actually encourage you to bump your step up just a notch. It's a little strange to be at a high school game that you don't have kids in, just going to say it. But heading to a local college, even if you just go with the women's sports, they're always cheaper than the men's, sadly, or sometimes unique sports. One of our favorite dates is here in town, the University of South Carolina. I mean, we're in South Carolina, guys. They have a hockey team, an ice hockey team. They're not amazing. We're in South Carolina, and they're a club level team. So you will find these, you're going to find a lot of club level teams at universities all over America. They still have games. You can still attend them. I can go and attend a University of South Carolina hockey game less than $10 a person and that's their paid tickets. These are also only about 8 rows of seats. So you've got amazing seats at a hockey game, and you spent $10 a person to go to that game. So you could still get to some sporting goods or sporting games, maybe even your favorite team, right? Maybe that's your local team. You are excited to cheer for them. I'll confess, I'm sitting there looking at their schedule and being like, do they play either of my husband or my team? Because neither of us went to South Carolina. But we're happy to go to the hockey game and cheer them on and only pay $10. So I encourage you to look into that. Club sports in your area. you'll be surprised what is out there, or other sports that just have a lot of games. So baseball tickets, basketball tickets, those tend to be a lot cheaper than football because both of those sports play many times 3 to 4 times the number of games as the football team. Volleyball is another one as we get into warmer seasons. Soccer play a lot more often than football. So branching out, still getting out and doing something fun, could still pack a picnic even, and enjoy that sporting event if that is your cup of tea, if that's something that either of you would like, or just something different, right? Another fun one as we get into warmer weather, we're not quite there. Keep an eye on your local city's kind of Chamber of Commerce page or a local event calendar. So even if I put in where I am, I'm near Columbia, South Carolina. So if I put in Columbia events into Google, it's immediately going to pull up a Columbia website. But what I'm really looking for is the calendar. And almost every city has a calendar. It is somewhere on this page. Sorry, City of Columbia, you've not made that super easy for me to find. But you will find it. There we go. Things to do or events. I don't know. One of these is going to get us there. But we would see what's coming up. We could also look in advance. Are there things at a local park? Is there a movie night? Is there a local band that's going to come to a park? These are all going to, I think it's so funny that this is actually, we'll try to make it big. Maybe we'll get out of their mobile site. Why are you making this so hard for us, Columbia? To find your calendar, but hopefully your city, there we go, under events, calendar of events. Thank you. So we get an idea of everything that's happening in our city. There's a lot. Now, it doesn't mean that these things are free, but it does mean that they're happening. And then maybe I can figure out, do these fit in the budget or oh, wow, this is free. You never know what you're going to stumble upon, but if you're ever hunting for not only date night, just something that is fun or different for the family, your local city's page, once you find their calendar, can be a great place to start because there are going to be some really fun free events or super cheap events that you can attend. And many times the things that are on here are weeks and weeks out. So this is actually telling me I can look at 49 different pages. I can just keep on going if I really wanted to. We have local sporting events that are popping in, musicals. So some of these obviously bigger, some of them much smaller, but it's a great place to start for something different. Another one, I mentioned those sporting events going with the college or small university, but don't forget about their music departments as well. So if you enjoy, just a good night of jazz or the orchestra, your local universities, if they've got a music department, they are going to have some events too, especially as we get into the spring. We're going to have senior recitals and recitals and recitals. Well, many of those are free to attend, and they are advertised on the College of Music's website. So whatever college is in your area, if they've got a music department, check it out. Free date night, just attending some music recitals. These are still seniors in the music department. You're not attending like a 4-year-old's recital here. It's still going to be great music, but it was something that you could attend for no cost. And maybe again, you threw in that picnic beforehand. All of a sudden, you're getting some culture here, guys, and you're not having to pay anything for it. So there are some fun things you can do, I promise, and not feel like all I do is sit at home and never spend money, right? No, we can never spend money and not sit at home at the same time. You can find things to do. So I encourage you to do that. Michelle, I am with you. She says, I'm so happy that spring's on the way and we can go on day dates at parks, gardens, waterfronts, arboretums. Yes, that's some of our favorite things to do. Just go for a walk and enjoy just being outside and not having to be cold is a good one for sure as we get warmer. Lily is saying she's gotten NHL lower level seats for $75 because of a snowmageddon, and they just wanted people in seats. Yes, that is a great one too. If you want to go bigger, you want to get those NHL, those MLB, whatever those tickets might be, Normally, if you're willing to just go, obviously the higher up you go, the cheaper the seats. But I do encourage you guys to still look for deals that you can find last minute. A lot of times, some better tickets. Obviously, if you're trying to go opening day or something, there's not really going to be deals there. But if you are still hunting, this is one where I would encourage you to not forget about on the cash back side. And that is that you can actually get some cash back from StubHub. I can grab all sorts of things. So like Rakuten that I point out for our CVS and our Walgreens shopping right now, StubHub's offering 6% back. And that says 6 times because I get mine back in points for traveling. But if I ended up wanting to grab tickets, normally it's 2%. Right now it's 6%. So you grab some tickets, you get a great price on a last minute ticket, you're going to get 6% back in cash in your Rakuten account. So start here for any kind of events that you're wanting to go to. See if wherever you can grab tickets, if they're through one of these sites. Ticketmaster is also on here. If you're wanting to directly purchase the ticket, you'll see a number of ticket options. Right now, StubHub is the highest, but StubHub is, you're usually buying resale on those tickets. So Ticketmaster is I'm buying direct, many times directly from the venue. StubHub, I'm buying from the person who already bought from the venue. So just so you know how those relate to where you're going. And yes, so Lily, great comment here. Always double check on the parking. I just made this mistake. So I decided to surprise my husband with a date night, and we had some StubHub credit. So we used our StubHub credit. We paid nothing for our ticket. StubHub said, "Would you like parking?" And it's within a 10-minute walk. Those were their words. So I chose it, and I should not have done that. And once you do it, you can't return it with StubHub. So stay away really from online parking. That would be my honest advice after that moment. We ended up not using the parking that I had bought because it was not 10 minutes from the venue. It was on the other side of downtown and was just a crazy concept. We would have wanted to Uber. It was like 14 degrees outside. So in general, even if you're just paying parking as you go kind of further from the venue, it is going to be a better price to just pay it that night. Wherever you can find it, don't grab it with your tickets. Definitely not through StubHub anyway. You can't undo that. There's no return on those. So just a lesson learned here in the last couple of weeks for us. So, and a good reminder as you do that too. Don't go there. But it is a great way to get some good tickets, just not good parking. Okay, so some other things that are fun to do. Getting outside, let's talk family things. Southern Savers wise, if you have not followed us for long, or maybe we just popped into your feed, we have had a series for a number of years, and I'll put the link in on the comments, of 25 free things to do. And I have gone through, tried to keep these updated as well through the years. So just republished a number of these this past fall. So 25 free things to do in Charlotte and Anchorage. They are for all over the country. So if you are traveling, maybe I'm not spending the night in Tallahassee. Maybe I'm driving through. This is where I'm from. You should spend the night. It's a great little town. But maybe you're just passing through. You can still get some ideas of something you could do on the road. Or we're on a road trip. We've got a random night that we need to stay somewhere. Then go hunting, see if there's something that you can do. So lots of things here. The easiest way to find this, by the way, if you're watching later and you don't have that link, is head to Frugal Living at the top of the site and Frugal Travel. It is all right there. Just all of our free things to do in cities, or how to save on cruises, or whatever we might be covering. There's a lot there in that travel section. I personally love to travel, so I would make it an entire blog if I could. So I do recommend checking out all of those 25 free things to do as you are trying to hunt for things. You may even find some in your own city that you weren't expecting, things that are completely free and you've just never been there or never done that. So I will stick that in the comments now for y'all so that you can have that later on as you go through things. So a few other things we could do just as fun events, though. Once you get into warmer weather, as someone mentioned, getting to go to the park, getting to go to the Arboretum or go on walks, I encourage you to do the same thing for your kids. If your kids are kind of getting bored with that, one really great way to spice that up or change that up is to add in geocaching. So if you've not started that or you've never done that with your family, became a big favorite for all of our girls at all ages. Anytime we were in a state park or near just a normal little city park, you are going to find geocaches all over the place. There's a number of geocaching apps. The easiest is just like geocaching.com or I think another one is like Go Geocaching. There's a lot of apps though. So as you go hunting, don't feel like you need to even pay for those apps. Many of them will give you a certain number of caches in that area for free. They're going to want you to pay to unlock other caches, but don't feel like you need to do that. With geocaching, you can sit there and select, just where you are, just the places that you're willing to go to, and where in the city. It's going to give you details. If you're using it on your phone, it's even going to tell you you're 100 yards, you're 50 yards. It's going to give you some clues to help find it. But it's a treasure hunt, and it's a lot of fun for kids. So I do encourage you, and adults for that matter, but I do encourage you to put these on your phone, to try one out, to hunt one down. We did this with a group of American Heritage girls this past fall in just a little city park that we were meeting in for a park day. And honestly, every age range, from our youngest girls starting at the age of 6 to our 18-year-olds, had a blast trying to hunt down what you call a micro cache. So this little tiny cache in the end, it ended up being on the back of a reflector. And it took us quite a bit to find it. So you will have some fun hunting them down. And I do encourage you to at least try it if you've never done it. Little treasure hunt with kids. I also am like looking around on my desk to see what I have here. I don't have anything, but with kids, I would encourage you to have some trinkets that you keep in the car. So maybe could be Happy Meal toys. It could be another little toy that no one really loved. Could be some Valentine's Day gifts that got stuck in their bags from school, but they're not going to play with. Keep a little bag of those in the glove compartment or somewhere in the car. And then when you go geocaching, the way this works, the rule of the land, if you want to take a toy or a prize from the cache, you have to put one in. So now you have a little supply of things that are good to leave in the cache, and then your kids can take something out. And that's the fun of it, right? It was a true treasure hunt. If we brought some treasure to leave and we got to take something in return, this is completely free, guys. Completely free. That's our goal. So heading out into the park, spending some time outside, but as a family working together to find these caches is part of the thrill. So enjoy that. And Lily says you've had mixed experiences. I can see that as well. I mean, what I would recommend, many of these caches will have a easy, intermediate, hard. Do not start out with a hard on geocaches. Even starting out on a micro can be hard too, because micro caches, there's no telling how simple that's going to be to find. I was just realizing I have this app on my phone, so I can show you guys what this looks like as we play with it. There we go. Yes. Maybe. I have to find the right button for that. Okay, so this is the geocaching app, and we can move around and we can see various caches that are in our city. Some of them are literally in parking lots. We don't even have to go to the park to find these. So very simple to find. This is literally in a BJ's in Buffalo. It's a tag that we can find somewhere, and you're just going to kind of check in that you found it. You never know. So you'll learn what these words mean. It's probably a little more fun to look in a park. So let's head out to where a park would be. I think these are getting out closer to a park here. But you can, and this is a micro tag. It says recommended. It's a 1.5 difficulty. It gives you some ideas of where you're going to find it. It also tells you the last time someone found it. So this was last found on September 14th. So maybe for you, you're like, I don't know if I want to try to find it. Oh, someone's even showing you a picture of what it looks like. So you do have some help using the app. I do not have the paid version of this app. You'll notice on my app, there's a lot that are grayed out because they don't want to show you. This one, I don't know where you're going. You're getting in a boat. but you can use some wisdom as the ones that you want to hunt down. So a lot that are grayed out, but again, a ton that are available that are green. I don't need to pay for this app. If your family loves it, then maybe you consider it. But for us, it's enough that it keeps us very occupied for the few times that we might be like, oh, we've got some extra time. Let's go geocaching in the park. It's a great activity. It's just not something we do every single weekend. So not something that I really need to pay when there are hundreds of geocaches in our area that I can use that app for free without having to pay for it. So we don't really worry about it. Other things though, in terms of frugal activities, to think about things that are in your backyard. So this past weekend, our oldest turned 18, or not our oldest, our middle kiddo turned 18. And we were trying to make it a fun weekend. She'd gotten some rough news on Friday night. We were trying to kind of cheer her up. No one should have their weekend be stressful on their birthday. So we decided to kind of go into that, okay, we're going to have a fun weekend in all manner, but at the same time, not go spend money that we didn't budget to spend. So for us, that included Friday night, we sat around the campfire, fire pit outside, and told funny jokes. My youngest, who got joke books and just had a blast around the campfire, ate s'mores. Thank you, Publix, for graham crackers being buy one, get one this past week. Wasn't on my list, but we got some. So fire pit time, family game night time. There's been some Olympics, obviously, in this week as well. Thrifting on Saturday. We hit a couple thrift stores and family time as well on Saturday around the house. And then Sunday, heading to church, having some more like Olympic time, eating all the fun meals that we'd already planned to eat. But there's definitely ways that you can still try to have some fun and obviously not add to the budget on those things. So that's what I would encourage you to do, is kind of keep that list of what are some fun things we would enjoy. Now, the other side to that is, as I say list, is when was the last time you actually got out your phone and did a search on your phone for parks nearby, state parks, city parks, and then sat there and started to look at them. Like, how many of these have I done? Another app on your phone is All Trails. And All Trails, I'm pretty sure, make sure I'm logged in before I use the digital version and it won't let me look at it. Yeah, okay, so let's pull up All Trails really quick. So All Trails I can also play with and look in my area. All Trails is just hikes. It's just an app for hikes. This also has a free version and a paid version. You can do the level you want to do here. The paid version on All Trails does unlock some trails, but also just lets you track yourself offline. I don't think I'm going to really need to track myself offline in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm not going to end up being that far. I meant to hit the city. So as we look at the city of Columbia, we can start to find all the various trails. Oops, sorry, I'm not even sharing with you guys. All the various trails that are in the city and get an idea of where we might want to head to, where we might want to walk. And we actually used this to find kind of an unexpected one that we had never been to. So it is down here all the way out by an interstate. And it's a lot of fun. So heading out to the Timmerman Trail. And had I not used these apps and some friends, never really would have stumbled upon this. This is free parking, a free trail. It's gonna track you as you take the walk. You'll see various pictures as well, so you can get an idea if you want to take this walk. It's completely shaded. It's very flat. It's paved. It would be a great place for biking. So you're gonna be able to read reviews on these trails too, but it's a great, easy app for just finding some things in your area or maybe a little outside of your area. Maybe you're willing to drive 30 or 45 minutes to find a different place to hike. And as I show you that Timmerman Trail, that's not a hike. It's a paved 2-mile walk. So while it is all trails and you might think that's not my activity level, you'd actually be surprised how many things are your activity level. It's not intensive. We're not climbing mountains on every hike, right? We're just getting outside and enjoying what is potentially completely free. That little trail, you literally park in a parking lot next to like the power company. It's not anywhere magical. It's just kind of at the end of the walk and you get to enjoy just a really pretty walk out into the middle of nowhere. Now it does connect and we could kind of take this trail. It's a whole different trail. We can walk it all the way back into Columbia. I'm not asking you to do that. Just saying get outside, right? So All Trails and geocaching, those are two free apps that can be ways to find things to do that are completely free for you as well. So some fun things there, hopefully, that maybe you don't normally do. So other things that I would look for, let's talk about like movies and things that you may want to do locally that aren't always cheap. With movies, there are ways to save there too. So I would encourage you to find out with your local movie theater, do they have a night that is a cheaper night for tickets? So a lot of theaters in our area, that is Tuesday night. So if I am hunting for taking all the family to a movie, and it's like, let's go hunt for a second, and I want to play with a movie theater, you're going to find matinees, you're going to find that Tuesday price is cheaper. Many times also being part of their rewards club will negate any sort of, oh yeah, we don't want to go to a 10 o'clock show of a kid's movie. So here we go. So if we've got a 3 o'clock, if we've got, this one, oh, that's a 3D. These digitals, that 12:30 is 20% off. That 20% off is still going to be on top of whatever the Tuesday price of tickets are. So many of these movie theaters, Tuesday tickets are cheaper than regular tickets. So so here it is. It says up top too, AMC stub members save 50% on tickets because I'm looking at a Tuesday show for this particular movie. So Tuesday and matinee, I know obviously that doesn't work for everybody, but you're now stacking all the deals. Let's also throw in one other element here and not forget that many of these also work for AMC and Regal or whatever the cinemas are in your area. So you can still use some discounted gift cards to pay for these events too. But don't forget about those Tuesday deals. Also, don't forget that we do regularly see coupon codes for certain movies. So a lot of movies use this on release weekends or within the first 3 or 4 weeks of release to try to increase the number of ticket sales. In terms of movie industry, the more ticket sales in those first few weeks for some movies, maybe they didn't get a full distribution to the entire country. They got a limited release, but if they can have really good sales on that limited release, it will actually help other theaters pick them up. So they will use coupon codes. They will use buy one, get one tickets. They will use $5 off ticket coupon codes to increase the sales for their movie. Take advantage of them. It never hurts to go hunting. Atom tickets, ATOM, like the atoms in molecules, they are the ones that run most of the coupon codes that we'll see, but just hunting for current Atom ticket movie coupon codes, you're going to find a lot of them that are out there. You can even hunt for particular movies if you want. I know this weekend there was a movie that Angel Studios released that had buy one, get one tickets, bring the guy for free was their whole sales promo there. You will find these. These are not rare. So if you're wanting to head to the movies, maybe you don't necessarily care what movie, because if you're just hunting on the coupon code, you're going to be a little late on or a little limited on what your options are. So if you're flexible, you just want to go to the movies, that's a great way to do it. So Tuesday date night, maybe just to get those 50% off tickets, using gift cards on them and taking advantage of coupon codes is a really great way. Also with movies, don't forget to be part of their rewards program. As the top of that site saying, like the AMC stub members get those 50% off. I have to be part of the rewards program to get that half price ticket in the first place. But being part of the rewards program, like at Regal, you're going to earn free popcorn, free drinks, free tickets the more that you go. So if you are a regular movie watcher, you might as well be part of the rewards program. The same with any restaurant too, right? If I'm already there and they have a free rewards program, I should be a part of it. So the movie theater industry, no exception. We should still be a part of those rewards programs and taking advantage of them too. So we've already hit a lot. If there's anything in particular that you have found a way to save on for date night or a favorite way that you love to stay frugal and do fun things, I would love to hear it. I'm just kind of giving you all of our favorite things, but always up for other people's tips too. So let's go a little further out and say we want to do, maybe not, we won't go to family vacation. That's like a whole nother Q&A, but a family trip, a family overnight. How can we max that out on the budget? I mentioned it earlier, but a big one is automatically having a plan for meals is huge. So if we're doing even that full day away, I have a very sweet friend. She was telling me that every Christmas they planned a grand day out. It's from Wallace and Gromit. So grand day out, they decide where they're going to go. They, this past year, decided to go to Asheville, which Asheville from our city is a day trip. It's going to take about 2.5 hours to get there. So they went up to Asheville, they spent the whole day in Asheville, and they drove back that night. So it wasn't an overnight trip, but you're still going to need to factor in meals. You're still going to need to factor in what you're doing. So if we have a plan going in for any meals that are needed before we get there, let's not waste our budget on fast food. That's a normal day. That's a boring day. That's not something fun. It's not something Ashevillean, right? It's not we're eating at a local restaurant. It's just a necessity. We just need to eat on our way. So have a plan for that. Have sandwiches made. We love to make like a tuna pasta salad. That's my go-to. And all I need to bring is the pasta salad and some plates and plastic forks. We're good to go. We can eat that in a park. We can eat that at, a rest area, wherever you decide to stop. Have some drinks, bring that cooler in the car, save yourself from those snacks. So I'm not saying you can't eat out on your day events. Just focus your money to where it really matters. And I don't think you're going to find that the Chick-fil-A, the Wendy's, that's not the part that made the trip, right? That was just it was a necessity that we eat. So let's take that money off the table. That's not where we're spending our money. We're going to focus our money where it does matter, where it did make the day an amazing adventure. So did we need to pay to get into the Arboretum? Did we need to pay to park the car? Little things like that. Did we find a really great restaurant and we ate there before we left town just because we decided that was part of our adventure? So think about your meals. Think about the little aspects of your trip that are going to add up. Try to figure out how you can save on that. It's never fun to get somewhere, think that you have this great plan, and then find this added expense that you weren't ready for. Sometimes it ends up kind of ruining the day. So if we've already taken the time to just negate so much of those things, you're going to be even more excited. Many times that's some of my best trips too, because I'm like, oh, we used a gift card on gas and we brought our lunch. We're doing so awesome. And then when you get to that event and you have to pay to get in or whatnot, you're really not so upset about that, right? We got some great prices in all these other things that we were doing. So it makes having to spend that money to get into the aquarium or whatever we're doing not feel as painful. So just, some little tips there. One other big tip, as I mentioned, the aquarium, this is a go-to for us too. So if you are traveling and you decide that you do want to visit an aquarium or a zoo and you already have a membership to another one, always ask them. Always say, hey, I'm a member at this particular zoo. Is there a discount for that? Many, many times there are discounts, and it's not a lot, but it could be upwards of $3 to $5 a ticket off because they are all part of a accredited zoo association. So we've legitimately used this, being members of the zoo here in Columbia, South Carolina, and then heading into the aquarium at Tennessee, or in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So wherever you might be, it never hurts to ask. If you're also looking at going to some of those more expensive places, our family learned this eons ago, but also do the math in terms of individual tickets versus is this cheaper for the whole family to go? Many times it is cheaper when you are in a big family to just buy a family membership. So look into that. Do that homework before you go. If you're already thinking this is on your list, yes, I now have a family membership to this place. Maybe I'm going to head back now because I wasn't planning on coming another time, but you've just made any other future visits free. we maybe will make another trip into here. So always look into that, see if that's a discount too. You can look into discounts on memberships as well. And there may be some added benefits there or some discounts. If you have a trip way in the future that you have some time to plan on, many places offer discounts on their memberships and their tickets around the holidays for next year, in particular Black Friday. So Colonial Williamsburg, for example, almost every year Colonial Williamsburg runs buy one, get one memberships. Some years it's buy one, get one tickets. Some years it's buy one, get one memberships. But if you were already planning, you know what? I think for history this year, we're going to go to Colonial Williamsburg. Well, if I'm already planning that into next year, I can wait until Black Friday and grab those tickets. I don't need to grab them now. They're not going to sell out. Totally fine to sit and wait on that deal. And we see a lot of places run deals around that window, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So just start to think ahead. Obviously, we are far away from that right now, but it will always come back, right? So start to think ahead come winter as to what next year looks like, places that you may want to go, and definitely keep an eye out for those sales. Go digging, watching their websites, watching their social media for any sales that they may release. That is going to help you a lot too on larger things that you want to go to or things that you want to do. Okay. We've hopefully hit a lot of things here. A few other things that I had for just frugal date nights. I do want to encourage you that sometimes frugal date nights don't actually have to go anywhere. They could literally be picnics in the backyard. They could be just putting the kids in bed early. Hey, I am not opposed to just changing the clocks in the house for one night and being like, yep, it's bedtime. We're not talking like hours. But 30 minutes is not going to hurt them if it buys you 30 more minutes of just alone time before you're exhausted. So if your kids are old enough to read a clock, you can fix this problem. So bedtime early, grabbing a fun special dessert, just staying in, s'mores around the fire pit, breakfast in bed. These are just simple things that you can do without having to go anywhere. Grabbing some movies. There's so much now, right? There's no blockbuster that we have to drive to and then walk around for 45 minutes. We just have to sit on the couch for 45 minutes and decide what we're going to watch. But you could have already done that work. You could already have a plan. I actually keep a running list in a note on my phone of just movies I think would be fun for date night. So then when we do get date night, kids are in bed early. Now that we have older kids, no one wants to stay up. That's the part. You're like, is everybody going to bed? Great. Then we can watch a movie. So having those ready in my phone, so we're not spending time before we fall asleep. Just make a list, keep a running list. Movies I would enjoy watching with my husband. And you're good to go when that time pops in randomly, whatever it might be. But many times those date nights at home, it's just showing that you took some time to think about it. That's all it takes. And it's still a very special, fun event. My husband knows that my favorite is a game of Scrabble. So last week I was kind of stressed out. I guess he could just read it. And after dinner, he just pulled out the Scrabble board. It's like, this is love at this point, because it is not his favorite game. But he will happily play Scrabble with me. He ended up creaming us that night. So it should be his favorite game. But that's all it takes, is just knowing this is something that they would enjoy. And so in that moment, we're going to do it. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to do anything massively special. We just need to spend some time together. Oh, wow. So Karen is saying a while back, Riverbank Zoo, which is the zoo here in Columbia, South Carolina, and Jacksonville Zoo used to reciprocate 100%. And so you could go there to either one if you were a member of one. That would be pretty amazing. I don't think that exists anymore, but you will find a lot of zoos that do offer you a discount when you are a member of another zoo in their affiliation. So we'll have to take what we can get at this point, but 100% would be pretty awesome. Okay, that is everything that I had on my list for you guys. We hit a lot of things. So in terms of diving through, just to recap, I would encourage you, if you're hunting for things, head over to Southern Savers, look at that Frugal travel section. I should give you a plug because it's not a section that we've updated in a while, but things don't change. But under Frugal Living, not only do we have Frugal travel, but we actually have Frugal date ideas as well, guys. And we used to do this for probably 3 or 4 years, put up different date ideas for Frugal Date Friday over and over and over again. You're going to find a lot of things that are there, though. Date night movies, date night meal ideas. So as you go in here hunting, just various things, if you just want something different to change up your routine. So look at that. That is under the Frugal Living section at the top of the site. Frugal Travel for some travel ideas, or Frugal Date ideas to hopefully, change it up. That's all we need. Time alone, changing it up every now and then can be a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and hop off early. I will be back on tomorrow with some drugstore deals. The goal is 3 o'clock. However, I've got to take a pet to the vet, and the only appointment I could get was 2. So I may be a little late. If I don't pop on at 3, don't give up on me. I will pop on. It's just going to be whenever we get home. Sometimes you just got to take the appointment that you get. So it is a healthy pet, but still have to go to the vet. So I will be back on tomorrow for all of our deals in CVS and Walgreens. Hopefully you can catch that, or just catch it after the fact, since I'm not sure if it'll be right at 3 o'clock. But it is a fun week in both stores, so don't miss out on those deals in CVS and Walgreens. So thanks.